X-Men number 22 is the exact fantasy that neckbeards and weeaboos and people who are a little too interested in Japanese culture. This is their ultimate fantasy. Now, yeah, I know, you guys know the drill. Let me get the joke out before I actually talk about what I like about the cover. So, we see this. You maybe, what weeaboos and all those types of guys, it's like not every weeaboo is a neckbeard, but every neckbeard is a weeaboo, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry if that just flies right over your head if you don't internet so well. But let's look at this. You got a guy who's wearing some sort of, I mean, this is obviously Silver Samurai, but you could substitute the samurai regalia with any sort of, like, maybe a gi or maybe a black belt that you bought online that you didn't actually earn. But what does even earning a black belt really mean? You just sort of play fight? Like, the whole belt system is a little suspect to me. But, so you've got, you know, some sort of garment on that expresses your interest in Japanese culture, and then you also just have a katana. And if you're a weeaboo who doesn't have a katana, what the fuck, get a katana, get two of them. But if you are also a weeaboo who hasn't made that leap yet to get a katana, let me stop you right there and don't. I'm trying to save your life. But we've got a guy, he's wearing something Japanese, he's showing some Asian bitches the katana, and they're so into it that they faint. This is the ultimate fantasy, and it will remain a fantasy because that shit will never work out in real life. Like, I like martial arts movies, but if you showed me that you owned a katana, I'm out. I'm out of there. I'm so out of there, there's like, I created a dust ball with my feet. Now, okay, let me actually talk about what I like about this cover. Great use of color. I was looking at the covers I have up on my walls, and these old X-Men covers are just, god damn, it's just like, this, like, screen printing, or however they colored these, I assume it's screen printing, right? Or some sort of ink, but printing process, you know, not like, whatever they do today, like laser printing or whatever, or just creating on the computer. Just something about this, it just is fantastic. I love, like, the colors of the, using white for the silver. It has a lot of purples and blues down here, some red back here to let you know it's a little bit dangerous. Then we see the X-Men banner here, starkly different colors that really just pops. It doesn't look as poppin' as in real life, but we got the yellow mixed with this, it's more like a teal or aquamarine that you'll be able to see that shit from a mile away. And then we got this dope ass dressing. Why did they ever change this? Just go back to this. That'll make me buy a comic regardless. If the X-Men Red switch to this sort of dressing, I'm back into X-Men Red. So, great cover. Let's get into this. So, we see that the Silver Samurai is interrupted. Oh, wait a second, I forgot something. Did you think that this was a fucking game? Did you think this was a fucking game designed by, like, I don't know, a person who is blind and also maybe a little bit autistic, and you only described Super Mario games to them, and then they came up with this where the Goombas look like... What do even the Goombas in the Mario movie even look like? Lizard turtle heads? I don't know, but that's one of those movies that I think I actually kind of am into it. But I think because I'm a contrarian. So, dang, I'm John Leguizamo. But anyway, okay, so the Silver Samurai has interrupted this little robbery here. I almost said thief mission. What an idiot I am. Robbery, because they're trying to figure out which one's the real Psylocke. I mean, they both... This one, I don't know what happened here. She looks regular and she looks, just blown out. Her face has been blown the fuck out. So we see that Gambit, you know, there's no reason to fight. He's just looking. We just came to listen and learn, and it's like, when Gambit's holding play cards, it's like this guy is holding 6 guns right now, and he's telling me that he doesn't want to fight. I think you might want to fight there, sir. So the Silver Samurai says, I have never known you to battle, and running would serve you equally well. Holy shit, bro. You are without honor, and as such superfluous to the needs of this manor's lord. His grievance, and therefore mine, as well, is with the females. Holy shit. Okay, so we got this guy, he's holding 6 guns. The Silver Samurai is talking about honor. I feel like samurais are just always talking about honor. It's like, hey, can we just, like, talk about anything? No, not katanas. Just like, fuck, let's just put a moratorium on Katana Talk and Honor. Katana Talk will be my new web show where I talk about katanas, obviously. But I just want to say, whenever a guy refers to a woman as females, that's some next level shit. That's how I know that that dude is fucking cool. Or perceives him to be very fucking cool. Or be like a ladies' man. It's like, man, these females, oh my god. That kind of shit. It's like guys who are like that, and then also I feel like police officers call women females when they're talking about it. We get this scene where, you know what? Ooh, Gambit, they just gotta get into a scrapping a little bit, and then Beast, he automatically just goes down. He just fucking, I don't even know what happened there. He was like, you know what, I don't even want to fight this man. Too much silver. And he just took a fucking nap, which I feel like Beast, anything that is beast-like in nature or named Beast, they're taking naps. Frequently, I imagine. But he's talking about, emergency storm warning is not, like, annoying as fuck to get those all the time. But he's talking about, you don't understand what's going on here? I'm playing for honor. We're fighting for honor up in this bitch, which again, maybe that's why America sucks ass, but I mean, it doesn't. It's just like I'm saying that. We need to just be more honorable. Or at the very least, talk about honor all the time. And then get into, you know, honor killings. Oh, jeez. My bad. I just stepped into some shit. Honor killings are not Japanese. I was thinking of seppuku. Honor killings are a whole nother ball game. But, oh, dude. I just gotta show this. So, Gambit kind of looks like he's curling up in a ball, like crying, but he's actually doing a super wicked flip here. It's just sort of hard to tell. It's like, oh, dude. Like, you destroyed him fucking mentally, and you're dressed in all silver. But Silver Samurai throws a dagger and it gets nailed into the painting, and he's like, look, few of us wouldn't mind doing that to the little lady ourselves right about now. I don't know why it's not focusing, but trust me on this one. So Gambit's just like, hey, let's stop fighting. And let's start fucking. Like, I just imagine every time Gambit gets into something, he's like, hey, we can stop this right now and just start gangbanging. And then I assume it's worked once. One time somebody was like, we could just start gangbanging. That would hurt a lot less than trying to beat the shit out of someone. Or whatever. So, eventually, Revenge, and Psylocke, they team up for a moment, take down the Silver Samurai. But they also knock down a Buddha statue, which, you know, if you know anything about anything, you know that that's going to send Ong Bak, the Thai warrior. And that guy, he's fucking unstoppable. You cannot stop him. He will do anything for these Buddhas. And then, Gambit wakes up, he hits some, well, I'm trying not to show it, but I basically showed his shit. He gets that final blow in, which, I guess if you're in a fight and you're a pussy, just make sure you're the last guy to punch someone, because then people will be like, yeah, you did it, dude. You were the one, man. But I just wanted to show this. There's this complete, like, side story going on about this guy and, like, some Japanese crime syndicate shit. It doesn't matter. But I just want to say this. This guy, he's walking around. He's, like, talking about forge future alliances, which will last across the bonds of generations ahead. One man comes to conquer through duplicity, malice, and greed. I just had to point that out because Duplicity, Malice, and Greed is the name of my debut album. I was like, whoa, what are the fucking chances? So, also wanted to point out that they figured out that behind the painting was Niren's diary, which don't put shit behind paintings, because that's going to be the first place I fucking look. Like, look, I got a painting right there. There's nothing behind it. Don't even try to look behind my painting. There's nothing there. It's flush with the wall. There's definitely not a safe full of diamonds, Arkansas diamonds back there. So don't even test my shit. So we get a couple pages of that shit. Doesn't matter, not really that interesting at all. While all this is going on, did you forget about Cyclops? I did, and I know you did too. He is in Anchorage, Alaska. He's trying to make some sense of some shit. He's having some crisis of identities here, and so he heads to Alaska, which never Never go to Alaska. And he's telling them about what he did, which he's like, no, it's understandable, Gramps. It's just not every day your grandson tells you that he sent his own child into the future. Whoa. It's like, can you keep your X-Men shit down with the continental United States? We don't want to deal with that shit up here. We're worrying about, like, utilities constantly in Alaska. Will we have electricity today? I don't know. How many dead bodies are we going to find in the snow? That's real. I did watch, like, some crime show about Alaska, and they're like, during spring we find so many fucking dead bodies, just because, like, there are actually gangs in Alaska, which you're really reaching for identity if you're like, yeah, I'll be in a gang in Alaska. Like, fuck off. No kidding, too early for whiskey. I need my pipe. Gramps has got to hit that glass dick. He's got to get some crack because this future shit is just too much for these Alaskan simpletons. You know, I just want to give a shout out to this arrow right here telling me where I need to go. So, basically he just talks about Nathan, aka Cable, he had a strange virus. He sends him into the future in order to save him, but doesn't really work out. He comes back, and he's a bit of a silly goose, and he wants to murder everybody. So he's just like, ugh. Just imagine if you were enjoying, like, your really shitty, simple life in Alaska, and then this fucking mutie comes up, and is like, man, let me tell you all my fucking problems, which are in turn will be all of humanity's problem. It's like, can you just stop? I'm worrying about a package I ordered 3 years ago trying to get here. I don't need to be hearing about the fate of humanity. I live in Alaska. I've already given up. Don't you fucking get it? And then a guy comes to the door, and he's like, what's his name? Mike. Ugh. Actually, a tree fell last night and hit the shit I have to break it down, and you know how cranky my chainsaw is. This got me thinking. Cyclops never has to buy a chainsaw. Ever. Think of the savings. Do you know how much money I waste on chainsaws every year? And it's not because I'm a chainsaw juggler. Fact. I chuggle them. I juggle them and I gargle them a little bit in my throat while they're on fire, and I spit them back up. But the chains get rusty from my throat saliva. So I either gotta get the juices out of my throat through a very expensive operation, or I just gotta keep buying chainsaws, which is what I gotta do. But this man, Cyclops, he never has to buy a chainsaw, ever. Lucky bastard. And we get a good look at Mike here. That's obviously Mr. Sinister. Is it Mr. Sinister? I feel like it is Mr. Sinister, but this doesn't even click with Scott till, like, the end, when he goes full Mr. Sinister. It's like, yeah, nobody has this. Maybe in Vegas where you get a bunch of bitches dressed up like playing cards, they got this. But people don't have that. And then there's this, like, 6-page long advertisement for this maximum anniversary thing, and it's pretty dope because it's Nick Fury's files on everybody. So he's got all these, like, writings and drawings and stuff, like Nick Fury's personal files. I bet that really just blew everybody's dicks off back in the day. Pretty damn cool. So, and then also, did you do any of these today? I didn't do that. I didn't do this. I didn't even save $50 on a Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. I mean, that was probably, like, the easiest thing I could have done, and I didn't even do it. I thought I got stuff done today, but I was wrong. So we come back to Nereans. I know I'm butchering that fucking name. So they find the diary, and they're like, look, we gotta figure out what this all means, because we got 2 of these bitches. We can't have 2 of them. One of them's gonna have to dye their hair, or one of them's just gonna have to leave. So this one, she just fucking stabs her with her blade, which, that's one way of getting some stuff done, I guess. And then we get the story of what it says on the scrolls. We get this, like, flashback thing. Quanon, which has not returned. She was sent on a routine assignment in Osaka several days ago. Sources have told me she was seen in Hong Kong. Why would she go there? Because that's where all the good noodles are. Hong Kong's got a lot of shit. Your chances of running into Jackie Chan, very high. So, she talks about how this assassin, Quanon, instead of murdering a person, She saves a person, which I gotta tell you, most assassins in movies end up doing that thing, and then ends up ruining their whole goddamn lives and careers as an assassin. So if you're an assassin and you're thinking about saving someone, don't. Especially if they're a stranger and you just had like extended eye contact with them before you were supposed to murder them. Just kill them anyway. Get that check. But she encounters a woman, she touches her, and their minds fuse together. Kind of crazy. And then, they're trying to figure out what... It's so fucking complicated. But, I'm trying to, like, get it. Even Beast is like, fuck, this complicates some shit. And he's like... So this one's like, why is this lady impersonating me? She thinks she's like some sort of sleeper agent that's going to infiltrate the X-Men as sort of a disciple for this Neorine or whatever. My dog. No, that sounds a little racist. And then finally, this guy shows up and he's like, look, if you're gonna come to my house, you can at least be mindful of the furniture. I mean, all these guys spend like hundreds of millions of yen or whatever. I don't know the currency. I'm just gonna say yen on feng shui, and the X-Men come in and they just fuck everything up. So they're pretty surprised to see this guy here with the silver samurai, and they're like, he finally lets the cat out of the bag. He says, "You're both Quanon and both Elizabeth Braddock. The essential question is, can either you ever truly become whole again? And more, do you desire?" I mean, all you gotta do is the fusion dance. I mean, it's that simple. And then we cut back to Alaska. We see Cyclops is gonna go help Mike with his tree problem, and he's like, "Mr. And it's like, yeah, it's Sinister. That's Scott. I don't know if it's the Alaskan air, but Alaska is maybe a little bit more stupid than usual.